I didn't mute myself. Hey, nice. I did mute myself. I forgot to unmute myself, but I was just about to say hello and then realized that it was muted. So technically that doesn't count. So if you had muted himself on Irish Demon Bingo, you just lost. Also, I had an intro as an intro. Will I have an outro? Remains to be seen. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really, really well. Michigan Wife says, any Demon Army balloons floating around in Ireland? Now, here's the thing. I am a massive fighter jet fan, right? I love aircraft in general, but fighter jets are my favorite aircraft without a shadow of a doubt. And my favorite fighter jet is the F-22 Raptor by a mile. It's my favorite, probably physical thing in the whole world. Well, yeah. My favorite thing in the whole world is pettiness. My favorite physical thing in the whole world is probably the F-22. And I got to watch one in real life today shoot down an alleged Chinese spy balloon. I don't care if it was a humanitarian aid balloon. I got to see an F-22 Raptor shoot it down, and that was bitching. Not only that, but it was the first air-to-air kill with an F-22. It was also one of the highest air-to-air kills ever recorded, and I believe it was the first air-to-air kill over U.S. soil, probably, maybe except for Pearl Harbor. If anybody is a Pearl Harbor nut and you kind of know more about that, let me know, because I'm not sure. But my understanding is it was the first air-to-air kill over U.S. soil. It was, well, USC technically. It was pretty cool, though. It was pretty cool for any of you out there who are into fighter planes and things like that. It was a pretty coul thing. Bruh, noob in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Promise you I'll be going live today. Goosebump 801 says, congrats. Unofficially, I'm 25% Irish. Haven't done the DNA testing yet. We're all Irish in our own way. That's absolutely true. It was a pretty shoot down of a balloon. It was a petty shoot down of a balloon, and it was glorious. From a political standpoint, I don't know how I feel about it. It was a bit silly. It's like, okay, we're going to shoot down that balloon now. Well done. You shot it down after it had already traversed the whole United States of America. I think it was a bit of a political thing. Don't get me wrong. It's like, look what we can do with our F-22. Also, the unbelievable cost of shooting that thing down is quite something, because not only did they have to send up an F-22, which costs a huge amount of money to run, on a combat mission over U.S. soil, they also had to fire a missile at it. I'm not sure what they sent. I'm guessing it's an AIM-9 or something like that they sent at it. Huge cost per shot. The other thing is that they had a massive support crew. They had F-15s and stuff like that flying around protecting it. They had to clear airspace. It was a bit of a shit show, truth be told. But yeah, no, it was really cool though. I would give anything to have been able to see it. And there's some really cool close-up videos. If anybody wants to see it, well, I can play it. It's a bit of fun. But anyway, so that was my day. One of the best days ever. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty funky for me. Not 100% sure how we got onto that topic, but I'm happy. I got to see something epic. Anyway, let me grab a few of these comments that I started here from the side. Anne's Opinion said, I'm going to get me some Handsome Demon. Thank you so much indeed. And as soon as he gets here, I'll let you know. Veda says, loves when I catch alive, and I love to catch you catching alive. Thank you so much. Epic Programmer says, Irish, if you head towards Ironton again, I'll drive across the country to have a shot with you. Absolutely. I would be honored. I had a great time down there. I met some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Now, to be fair, Colin Definitely Not Cromwell drove me there. But the problem being that it took way longer than it should have. Yeah, it was a 2-hour drive that, because of Colin's, shall we say, weak right foot, took us a long time. A long time. But anyway, that's not a shot at Colin, by the way. You know what I mean? Then we have Stephen Kane says, I really need this dose of Irish handsomeness today. Well, you got it. You got it. Weisinger 3 has become a new member and is a sadistic sergeant. Thank you so very much indeed for that. And welcome to the Irish Demon Army. Sorsha, red hair, says, hello, everybody. I've just come over from Jail's channel for some more fun. I love Jail. I love Jail. He is just his laugh just gets me every single time. Colin Definitely Not Gromlin says, "Have I said I hate you yet today?" You probably have, just not to me. And then we have who else did I see here? Ruben Martinez, thank you so much for $2. Says, "Thank you for entertaining me with people and they're stupid. It is my absolute pleasure to bring you the stupidity of the world and my own and give you a bit of a show with it." Shan, great to see you out there. I hope you're feeling better. We have Stephen Kane says, "I was eye twitching from my Irish demon withdrawal symptoms. Need my fix. I had my lovely little niece down over the weekend, and so I was way too tired to do just about anything after all of that. So we did a lot of painting and baking and driving around, and yeah, it was a pretty active weekend, but worth every moment because she is a legend. And I got to see my buddy Jake and Evan, and we had a great weekend. It was fantastic. Ruben Martinez says, "Irish Demon, are you in Ireland?" I certainly am. Well, last time I checked, unless somebody picked up the cottage and ran away. But other than that, yes, I am very much in Ireland. The coldness outside the door at the moment has told me that. I was actually supposed to go on a little bike trip this morning on my motorbike, and yeah, unfortunately, when I got up this morning, everything was frozen and there was frost all over the place, frost all over the bike, frost all over the car. It was a bit of a bollocks, but I'm going to go tomorrow. Definitely going to go for a nice spin on the bike tomorrow. It was beautiful today, sunny day. Gia says SR-71, pretty epic aircraft, to be fair. It's yeah, an amazing piece of machinery. And amazing that when they started making those first, that they were completely analog, which is incredible to consider that they were flying something that technically advanced with very little computer aid. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And then we have Carrier says, "Harrier for me." The Harrier jump jet was without a doubt one of the most incredible innovations in aircraft ever. Like, it was an amazing aircraft. I suppose for me, the thing is that I love supersonic aircraft, and the idea that it doesn't go supersonic just kind of puts me off it a bit. I don't know why. Like, that to me, it's silly, but it's still an amazing aircraft, and the air superiority that it gave for obviously the RAF and for the US Marines use them, and it's a pretty cool plane. It's right up there. Then we have, damn it, I always forget how to pronounce this. I want to say Zenus. I'm sorry for forgetting this again. I want to say Zenus, but I might be wrong. Zenus for $5 says, "Obligatory Chille sucks" comment. And if you like jets, look up the Fat Electrician. He's done a lot of vids on jets, including the F-22. I will definitely check that out. Thank you so much indeed. And then we have Tenkai. Great to see you, my friend. For $2 says, "Yo, when are you going to get to see a Hagrid? When are we going to get to see a Hagrid cosplay?" I'd like to do that, actually. "You're a dickhead, Chille." Something like that, maybe. Mama Bear says, "Hey, Demon, cool to see you." From Kane, everybody in the side chat. From my good friend Kane out there, can I get a whole load of purple hearts and shamrocks in the side chat just for my good buddy Kane? I'd really appreciate that. Jatari Heim for $5 says, "For the Irish Demon F-22 purchase fund, now you're just a few billion short." Look, I was just saying this to a friend of mine earlier, that if I could get a spin in the F-22, that would be a highlight moment for me. Problem is, I'd have to actually go in and train how to fly an F-22 because they're only one-seaters, which sucks. It sucks. Canadian Chick says, "Hey there, Irish Demon. Good to see you, Canadian Chick. I hope you're doing really well." Shih Tzu Mom says, "Was it a Navy or Air Force F-22? So I think it's only the Air Force that operate the F-22. So the United States is the only country that operates the F-22, which is actually why they've stopped making it. Essentially, they've stopped producing it because they can't sell the technology to any other country. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, I think the primary user is the United States Air Force. The F-35B and C would be used by the US Navy, which is it's kind of part of the same fighter package, basically. It's a different aircraft, but it's kind of similar in a lot of ways. which would be operated by all of those. But yeah, Air Force are the ones that operate the F-22. Christina Prob says, I'm late again. You may start the stream. Thank you so much for your permission, madam. I appreciate that. Mama Tried has become a new member. Thank you so very much indeed for joining the Irish Demon Army. We are currently saving up for our very own F-22s. So your membership helps a lot. Thank you so much indeed. Drift Wannabe says, I watched the Yank Sovereign Citizen in Ireland. I have an epic update on that. I went to his house today and I went looking, and I'll update you guys on that in a minute because that was pretty epic. Evelyn Garrison for $2 says, thanks for keeping me company while I cook dinner. It is my what are we having? First and foremost, I had a delicious dinner. Actually, it was so bloody good. I had creamy tomato. That's tomato for the Americans. I had creamy tomato pasta. Oh, it was so fucking good. It was amazing. It was delicious. Canadian Chick says, so fucking happy to be here, Irish Team, and I'm so fucking happy you're here too. Commander Darklight is in the house, so look busy. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing really, really well. Yeah, Brun Noob says, if you ever met John, he's a nice guy. I also got popcorn, so I'm ready for this. Oh, God, I totally forgot to get popcorn. Oh, no, wait, no, I do have popcorn. I'll have it later. And my little niece, right? My niece, she's 9 years old. She's a legend. She's really, really, really funny. Had a great weekend. She's just so much fun. She's such a great kid. And we made popcorn here the other night. And then she asked me, she was like, do you have any chili flakes or chili powder? I was like, yeah, why? She was like, oh, I always put chili flakes and chili powder on my popcorn. I was like, GTFO, bro. Man, I'm not kidding. This kid, she's 9 years old, right? Covers her popcorn in chili flakes, chili powder, and some of the Americans out there, especially the ones in Texas, might know what I'm talking about here. That little seasoning, it's in a little yellow bottle. It's habanero and lime flavor. Really, really salty. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, she put all three of those on her feckin' popcorn. I couldn't believe it. The strength of this stuff. Anyway, we have GS61 says, we love you, Demon. Thank you so much. And I love all you guys too. Spellbinder 101 says, leaks fuel while standing still. I'm guessing that's the SR-71. That's absolutely true. If you look at a video of the SR-71 before it takes off, it does actually drip fuel out of it. The reason being is because the amount of pressure and the temperatures that the plane reaches, because it goes so fast through the air, it swells. Basically, the metal expands, and so it actually fills those gaps as it flies through the air, which is pretty cool. Which is really, really cool. Let me see, where else was I? Okay, here we go. Drift Wannabe 10 says, Concorde is my all-time favorite. Absolutely. I cannot wait for the day of supersonic travel to come back. I think it's a disgrace that it was grounded for the reasons it was, which is ridiculous. Actually, it's very similar to the de Havilland Comet. I was watching a documentary about that again today. And yeah, it's a shame that they grounded those planes, but hopefully we will get supersonic flight back again. There are a lot of plans to come back to that, so fingers crossed. Mr. Andrade also says, SR-71, a leaking flying fuel tank, but my fave. It is epic. It is a serious aircraft. Teresa Poodle for £10. Thank you so much. Says, I'm half Irish. My mom was born in Ballycastle, County Mayo. I've been there really recently. My dad was in the RAF, and when he left, he worked for Westlands and worked on many planes and helicopters. That's so cool. That is so cool. Well, actually, my adopted grandfather's father used to fly aircraft for the RAF during World War II, which is pretty darn cool. Used to see a Concorde fly into New York City from Jokerfish. That is awesome. I would absolutely love that. I would love to have seen one in real life. It's a shame the way it all ended, sadly. Veda Mendoza says, you appear to have such a great relationship with your nieces. One of the things I love so much about my husband was how much he loved the nieces and nephews. I adore I think the collective term for nieces and nephews, correct me if I'm wrong, is neblings. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I love my nieces and nephews. They're great kids. And yeah, they're so they're so clever and so much fun. And yeah, I really do enjoy spending time with them and taking them out doing cool stuff and all that kind of thing. And it gives my brothers a break as well from the kids to have a day off and stuff like that. I suppose it's handy being the only one that doesn't have my own kids yet. So it's pretty great. They're awesome kids. They really are. Right, where are we here? Zenith for $5 says US has a new fighter plane that's an up armored crop duster. It's called the Sky Warden. What? How did I not heard of this? Hold on, let me just. Sorry, no, guys. I know for those of you who aren't into airplanes, it's probably really boring, but oh, I saw that. It's the ISR Striker. That's is it Pilatus? Is it? It looks like a Pilatus. Hold on. Sorry, no. The Air Tractor L3 Harris is an American fixed-wing single-engine light attack armed reconnaissance aircraft built by Air Tractor. That's pretty cool. It looks like a Pilatus. That's awesome. I'm going to look into that later. That's really, really cool. I'll definitely look into that. Captain 3D says, ID, did you drive or travel to see the Yanks offset? I did both. I drove and traveled, and almost had to catch a donkey at one point because my car started acting up early on because it was really, 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 really cold when I started up. And it's a diesel, so it was a bit like blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh no, she's not gonna come on. And then the old BMW power kicked in, and that was it. It was awesome. Shit, you mom's been a member for 2 months says, hello, Irish Demon, you handsome devil. Thank you so much indeed. It is great to have you here. Lana Hader says, love Mr. Irish Demon time listening while making tacos and nachos. Oh. Delicious. Orange Cone says, where I travel to County Cork, could I buy you coffee? Absolutely. Hit me up whenever you're down this way. Let me know, and I'll take a spin in on the bike. We'll go and have a coffee and a catch up. It'd be fantastic. Mark Egan says, from Kildare, unfortunately, but tried to fix that by moving to Norway. Enjoy an Irish voice, bringing me enjoyable idiots. Cheers. Mark, thank you so much. You lovely Lily White up there. I actually do like Kildare. It's because it's right next to Dublin, so it's like a good place to kind of hide away from actual Dublin. I just call it baby Dublin. It's like Dublin light, essentially, Kildare. Not a whole lot going on there, to be honest. Good footballers, but that's about it. Mr. Binklesworth for $5 says, I have a piece of metal from a Blackbird and a Saturn V first stage. That is outrageously awesome, and I'm extremely jealous. That's really, really, really cool. Like, I love stuff like that. Karen Lane has become a YouTube member. Welcome to the Demon Army. Thank you so much. And of course, all that goes into our F22 fund. By my calculations, we only need 26 million more members to be able to buy our very own F22. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We got a new Patreon. Spaceballs Zeno has become a $5 Patreon. Thank you so much indeed. That is absolutely amazing. What year did Concorde start? What year did Concorde stop? Does anybody know? Because I think it was still flying while I was a kid, but I've never actually seen one. Gia61 has become a new member. Thank you so much, Gia, for joining the Demon Army. I really appreciate that. And not only joining the Demon Army, but being a commander in the Demon Army, because she's become a 3-star general. Thank you so much indeed. I really do appreciate that. Combi says, little late, but I'm old school. F22, nice. But I'm back to the F14. I mean, look, the F14 is the quintessential fighter jet. That's what I was saying to somebody just the other day. The F14, when you think of a fighter jet, you think of the F14. That's just the reality of it. But the F22 is epic. The F14 was so ahead of its time, an amazing aircraft. But anyway, Ruben Martinez for $5 says, if you add chili powder to popcorn, does it put on stupid headphones and pretend to be a constitutional expert? Yes, it does. I was shocked. My little niece was sitting there and she was like, Uncle John. Sorry. Why is this popcorn shouting at me about how it's a constitutional law scholar? I said, don't worry about it. Just burn it right now with fire. It's literally the only way. So, right, last one for now. Karen Lane, thank you so much, says, hi, everybody. Just joined the Patreon. Still learning the ropes here. Great honor and pleasure to catch you live. Trying to send a donation, but not sure where to go. Look, just having you here, first of all, is good enough for me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. And if you do still want to drop the super chat, you can do so over, let me see, on the bottom left of the chat section there, you should see a little dollar sign there, or through my PayPal, which is linked in the description if you prefer. That'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much indeed. We have Zenus for $2 says a single F-22 costs 207 million United States dollars. Oh, sorry, $207 per American adult. I may need to recalculate, or else maybe go for a lower value fighter jet. Hold on. Let me see. Anybody know where I can get a MiG-14? Anybody? I actually think you can legally buy a MiG-14 now. I kind of want a flanker, though. They're pretty cool, but I'm guessing they're pretty expensive. Let me see here. How much is a MiG-14? I'm just trying to figure out how many more members I need to get a MiG-14. I am one of those slow typers. I'm sorry. It's just I'm awkward. What? Oh, MiG. I can get a MiG-29 for 23 million. How many more members do we need for that? About a million. About a million. I think that would be pretty good. Grey Rin says, you want an A10? I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to a bit of brrr. I just don't know if I could afford all those rounds. That's the problem. Wait, isn't that a MiG-14? No? What am I thinking of? Or am I thinking of what am I thinking of? I don't know Russian planes. Hold on. I just know that MiG-17 I was thinking of. I know you can pick them up handy enough. There was a really good video about the cheapest ones you can buy. Yeah, F-15s and F-16s. That's a fair assessment right there. And then we have Michigan Woodsman says, have you seen the Bell V280 Valor? I did. It looks amazing. It looks way better than the Osprey. And I think performance-wise, it's supposed to be pretty cool. Because I guess it's essentially, it's like a Blackhawk body, really, isn't it? In a lot of ways. It's going to be faster, better rotors, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be epic. That's awesome. Righty. Let me just catch the last few of these, and then we're going to get into tonight's videos. We have Zenus. Thank you so much for that. $207 per US adult. Can we get every US adult on board to give me $207 so we can get an F-22? Mind you, I don't know what we're going to do with the F-22, actually. I didn't really think that through. However, I still want one anyway, because it's pretty cool bragging rights. Harley, check. Blacked out BMW, check. F-22. Not check yet, but we're getting there. Tenkai for $5 says, the largest aircraft in the world was recently destroyed by a Russian bombing attack in Ukraine. Such a shame. Absolutely right. That is the... what was that plane called again? It's the big... I actually saw it land in Perth Airport. It was... There's actually some great videos on it. I saw it land in Perth Airport. It was, the Antonov AN-225 Maria. It was, so it was under a canopy in an airport, and it was blown up, which is a shame. I did read recently that apparently there is another one, an unfinished one that apparently they're going to work on. So that'd be pretty cool if they could get one off the ground again. But yeah, I did get to see one land in Perth Airport, which was a pretty amazing thing to see. This thing that is just enormous just come flying in like it's absolutely nothing, like it's a little tiny aircraft. It's a pretty cool thing to see. I saw my mom's name come up in the side chat, so now I have to behave myself. Yes, so we're about to get on to this. Simply Cook says, delete Lawz clips, accidentally shows his face on his last live stream in the very beginning, and I have that footage right here. So, wait, hold on. I just realized I don't have the sound on, but that's okay. We don't need the sound because delete Lawz clips' face is on his live stream. Check this out. So you guys all know who delete Lawz clips is. Colin, I think, is his name, and I can confirm because I've seen his face. I'll leave it at that. This is not Colin, definitely not Cromwell. Some people did contact me and ask me if this delete Lawz clips was Colin, definitely not Cromwell. I can tell you that's definitely not Colin, definitely not Cromwell. So here we go. So Chille's like, oh shit, watch his face. He freaks out because he accidentally showed delete Lawz clips' face. And he's like, let's laugh this off. Oh shit. So basically Chillito fucked it up, essentially. So that's pretty hilarious. that he accidentally showed his face, and yeah, it's pretty hysterical. Chillito No Balls for $5 says, I started out on the F-14s, then went to the FA-18s. The final platform I worked on was the SH-60s. What's an SH-60? What do I not know? Hold on, SH-60. Oh, the Seahawks, is it? Oh, that's so cool. I really do like them. I think they're beautiful. So were you, if you don't mind my asking, Chillito No Balls, were you flying those, or were you like some other kind of operator on those? The F-18s, I don't know, man. I think they're an amazing aircraft, the Superbug, but it's like, I don't know. Do you feel like the F-18s, they kind of just brought down the cool factor a little bit? I mean, the nose authority in them and everything are amazing. Amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like, nobody can argue that. But the cool factor kind of came down from the F-16s and even from the F-14s. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh, you were an avionics tech. That's absolutely awesome. Literally, the guy's keeping the feckin' things in the air, which is by no means an easy job. Ruben Martinez says, Irish Demon, are you on Twitter? I am, but I don't really use it. It's kind of, for me, I think it's kind of a dead platform in a lot of ways. But yeah, no, I am on there somewhere. I don't even know what my tag is, but yeah, you should check it out anyway. I have to really start using that kind of stuff again. Colin Definitely Not Cromwell says, I look about 20 years older than that kid. Well, you drive like you're 20 years older, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm never going to let that down. That's just how that is now. Anyway, let me show you another clip that I have real quick. Where is it? Hold on a second now. I just need to find it here on this Epic computer. I just need to make sure I'm using the right one. Yeah, okay. So this is just a little teaser for a video that I'll be working on tomorrow. So I went in search of the guy who had that fake license plate. I might have found him. Nearly. Let me see here now. My typing skills are bad at the very least, as you could probably tell. But I'm getting better. Wait, no, that's a straight up lie. I'm not getting better. I'm still terrible at it. But check this out. Actually, down here, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but where that guy with the dodgy license plate lives and works. Now, the reason I'm down here is because he made a claim that he's still legally driving around with those plates on. I don't believe him, so I decided I'd come down here and find out for myself. Now, the car isn't where I thought it would be, but we're going to hang around and see what we can find out. So yeah, I literally drove to where the guy's at. I've been in contact with him. We've been kind of texting and stuff over and back, and I've been trying to get him to come on board for a bit of a conversation. But there's been a few issues. There's been a few lies back and forth that I wasn't too pleased with. So I said, okay, gonna have to take matters into my own hands and actually go on down there and have a chat with him. And that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I went down there looking for him, and I don't mean that in an aggressive way. I didn't mean that I'm going looking for him. I mean, I want to go down and have a chat with him, or at least what I wanted to actually do was not to talk to him even, but to find the car, because he claims he's still driving around in this car with his fake plates on it. No way is he driving around in that car with his fake plates. He is right across the street from the cop shop. There's no way he's driving around in that car with the fake plates on it. So I'm going down there again tomorrow if I have to. No shit. I'm going right back down there again tomorrow if I have to find that car, because I don't believe it for a minute. And he's been keeping his other government mandated stuff up to date because I checked. Anyway, stay tuned tomorrow. I was going to get a pizza. I was that close to getting a pizza, and I was like, nope, behave yourself. ID investigative journalism. I wouldn't go that far. Well, I guess it kind of technically is. More so than these losers, man. You know what I mean? Laney says, please trim that beard so we can see your beautiful face. I feel like my face would lose any alleged beauty that it may have if I did shave this off. I think this is one of the focal points. It distracts from the ugliness, potentially. But I might be wrong. All right, so anyway, we got a video tonight that kind of ties in with this whole thing. And this is, good to see you, KDJ. This ties in with the whole thing because it's kind of similar, but this is a guy who's freaking out over a car getting repossessed, right? But it's not his car. It's his neighbor's car. So he's freaking out because his neighbor's car is getting repossessed. Kind of go, okay, good man. Protecting your neighbor, like that's pretty admirable, whatever. However, the neighbor already talked with the repo guys and it was all G, right? But at the end of the day, this guy has a meltdown, gets himself locked up. But why this is playing demon's advocate here? I gotta be honest, I'm not happy with the cops' attitude in this. And I want to hear legitimately. Now, I'm rewatching it here. So as I'm rewatching it, maybe it'll change my view watching it for the second time. But I want to hear your honest opinions. I want you to put aside any preconceived notions that you may have about like the police or drunk people or whatever the case may be. I want you to completely put all that aside. And what I want you to think for a minute here is, was the guy acting appropriately? Hell no, he wasn't. He's drunk as shit. He's not acting appropriately at all. But also, was the cop acting appropriately? That's what I'm asking here. I don't think she was. I think that she's actually making it worse. Good evening, trucker Ron, all the way from Canada land. I hope you're doing really well over there, my friend. So yeah, this is what I'm going to show you. I want you to, again, just put your preconceived notions aside. I'm going to put a poll up on the side chat at the end, and I'd love for you all to get involved in that. And let me know, do you think that the cop kind of made this worse, or could it have been dealt with better? Let's get started.
Two deputies in Columbia County, Florida, responded to a 911 call from a tow truck driver. As always, the full police report is down in the description, and I'll go over the outcome of the case at the end of the video.
Just order up for that.
Hi.
Hello. I live right 2 doors down. This guy's trying to steal my neighbor's car.
He's not stealing it. He's a repo person.
Well,
and if it's not even your car, what are you messing with it for?
Because it's my neighbor. Don't you have family within your community?
He's a repo man.
Well, whatever. I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care? This isn't even your car.
How do I know he's a repo man with proper...
What does he have? Does he have to identify himself to you? No.
I don't care. If you're stealing from my neighbor, yes. I'm going to wait for the neighbor to come out and say, let him take it.
He's not stealing. He's repossessing a car.
Is your body camera on?
Yes.
Okay, good. If he's stealing a car from my neighbor...
He's repossessing a car.
I have a legitimate reason to pause him just long enough to validate that it's a legal repossession and allow my neighbor to come out and object, or allow an officer of the law to come out and certify that this is a legal repossession. Please check his paperwork and make sure that the VIN numbers match, and then we'll all be okay. Just check the VIN numbers.
What company are you with, Repo? Okay.
Thank you.
So the neighbor already came out?
Inside, yeah. And I go to pull away, and this man came out of nowhere.
Okay.
I got out of my car. I asked him nicely.
Oh, I mean, I believe you. Yeah. I mean, I've seen this a million times. Right, so, yeah. I mean, it's easier to repossess a car this time of night than during the day when they're going to be awake.
I need everybody. And I'll put everybody through it. There's no secret. He calls me from damage to the car, and they're from bumper trying to get it out because he's up in front of my car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he calls me.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Okay. All I'm asking you...
I'm talking to him right now. I am talking to him right now.
Okay.
You stay right there.
Yes, I'm right here. Please validate the VIN number.
It's not your business.
Validate the VIN.
It is not your business.
It is.
He's already spoke with the car owner.
So I'll just ask real quick, Stephen Kane, have you already watched this whole video, or are you just going based off what's been said already? Because yes, fair enough. Right now, it doesn't seem that bad. Like, she might be a bit snippy or whatever, but you're right. Like, cops aren't there to kiss your ass. If you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. I agree with you on that 100%. But wait till later. To me, anyway, it felt like she was trying her best to get the whole thing out, to get a bit of a fight going. But I might be wrong. And I'm open to correction. I'm not saying that I'm, you know, what I say goes, not at all. But let's see how we go. I may have missed it in the side chat, Stefan, but absolutely. Let's have a look.
All of their stuff is already out of the car. It's not your business, sir.
And she's absolutely right about all that. Like, it's none of his damn business. Like, they're doing what they need to do within the law, so are the cops. It's absolutely nothing to do with him. He has no business involved in this. And there's a good point. Vita says she's being a jerk. If someone is there with a tow truck, you can pretty much bet they're doing a repo. Absolutely, yeah. Like, you know, the guy's clearly wasted. She's being a bit snippy, fine, whatever. Like, she's allowed to be snippy. Who gives a shit? But it's later on, if like she really wants to lock this guy up, and it's like, just leave, and then maybe this will all go away. But let's see, and I want to hear what you think, because I'm so open to being wrong on this one.
I literally just saw his paperwork that he has. It's the same car.
On the front of the car.
Get away from my car.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely right too.
Is this your house?
Yes, I live here. That's my point.
I'm talking to him.
I live here. Yes, you can talk to him, but validate the VIN number matches.
He talked to the vehicle owner.
As long as you validate the VIN number, I won't care.
It's not your business.
I'm the next door neighbor.
You want to go knock on their door?
Validate the VIN.
Do you want to go knock on their door? Do you want to go knock on their door? Listen to me. I'm about to put you in cuffs.
Right there.
Touch my car again. I'm about to put your ass in cuffs. Do you hear me?
I didn't touch your car.
Do you hear me?
I
told you to back up. You don't want to listen to me. He has a job to do. He's done his job. It's not your business.
Okay, so real quick pause right there. So far, I'm with her on that. She told him back the fuck up. She told him mind his own damn business. I'm with her on this. And her raising her voice and all that right now, completely deserved, right? Like, I have no problem with that. And that goes to a point that Laura made here. Says, I have no issue with the cop yet. Wondering if some people just assume any woman who raises her voice must be automatically a bitch. Absolutely not. Not for me. For me, it's just the case that she needed to put her foot down. She needed to be forceful with him, and that's what she did. And I'm good with that. I'm on her side on that one. He's being a pain in the ass. He's causing trouble on the street. 100% with her on that one. But let's keep watching. Let's keep watching and see if your guy's mind changes. Maybe not, and that's totally fine. But let's have a look here and see what happens.
Number.
He already talked to the person that owns the car.
Just
go inside. Go inside now before you go to jail. No, it's not.
No, it's my next door neighbor. I love him. He's a good man.
Is this your vehicle? It's her car. Look at me.
Okay.
You're about to go to jail right now. You're about to go to jail right now. It's her car.
Why are you shining flashlight in my eyes?
It's her car.
Stop that. You don't need to. You can point it at my shoes. Don't point it at my camera.
Go back in your house.
By the way, the Supreme Court just validated the authority of the camera.
10 feet away. Go back in your house.
Last warning before you go to jail. Last warning before you go to jail.
Go back in your house.
I am 20 feet away.
Internet God, this has nothing to do with Chille whatsoever. I don't know why people are talking about Chille.
I am 25 feet away. How many feet away do you want me to be?
She literally just came outside and validated that's her car. Oh yeah, he's
in the middle of the road yelling in a neighborhood.
This is a cul-de-sac in the neighborhood.
Get in your house right now before we take you to jail. Right now.
Go.
Validate that VIN number. I'm posting this on social.
The car owner just came outside.
Okay, so far, so good in my view, right? And again, it doesn't matter what I think. This is just my opinion on this thing, right? She has told him multiple times, right? He's drunk and disorderly. He's causing a disturbance. He's standing in the road and he's getting involved in stuff and causing a problem. At this point, I'd be like, if she locked him up right now, I'd be like, yeah, all right, fine. He's been fucking warned time and time again. So far, so good, right?
I am posting this on.
I hope you do.
Don't steal that car.
It's her car. She's right there.
Did you validate the VIN number?
It's not your business. Get in your house before you go to jail.
It's a VIN number.
It's not your business. It's not your business.
It's like the ultimate nosy neighbor.
Exactly. She's right there. The car owner is right there.
Corrupting evidence by shining flashlights on me. You want to see my middle finger? There it is. Put that on your body camera.
That's a real adult move right there.
Yes, it is. Because you're shining flashlights
He's single too.
in an effort to prevent.
Somebody said that Chille's on the thumbnail for this live stream. I don't think I put a thumbnail up, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to check that out because I didn't actually add a thumbnail to this. I think it might have been the automatic thumbnail from the first video I showed.
Need some recording evidence of a public service happening.
I'm also recording.
You are trying to
Go in your house.
This is my property. This is my house.
Okay.
This is my land. Right here. My land. Fuck you both.
I want to take him.
Slow down on the alcohol.
I want to take him so bad. Yes, ma'am. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. He is concerned about this guy repoing your car.
We don't even talk to him like that. That's our neighbor. This is my house. This is my uncle's house. This is a family road.
He doesn't live at this house?
No, my aunt had passed. And my cousin got the house, and he rented from him. But everybody else, like, I was confused. I'm like, who's arguing? I thought it was my stepdad.
Girl, he came out here yelling at me that I needed to validate the VIN on your car and stuff. He already told me that he spoke with you. You got your belongings out of the car, everything. Yeah. That man just went crazy on us because this man's trying to repossess our car. Yes. Yes.
I'm telling you, I'm like, I'm thinking the boys on the game. All this. I'm like, what? Like,
no.
Y'all not talking to him about it like
it's
that.
your drunk neighbor.
Mama.
Man, what's his name?
I don't know. We don't know.
Oh, it's even better.
We don't know nothing about him.
years. We don't say anything about it. We don't
Really?
I don't know his name.
We always say he was weird, so we don't really say too much.
Well, he definitely knows. He definitely qualified.
Well, yeah, he's protective over y'all. I can tell you that. He about went to jail. I can tell you that right now. One more middle finger and I was done.
Because everybody on here has been on this.
So that's one of the things. And again, this isn't me having a go at the copper here. Like, I get it. It's a stressful situation. The guy's been a complete dick flute. 100%. Like, I'm not. And this is the thing that people, if I say, I don't agree with the cop here, they're like, you're clearly now an auditor fan. It's like, no, dickhead, calm down. I'm just pointing out what's right and what's wrong in my mind. So she said that she really wanted to take him. Yeah, I can understand that. He's been a complete asshat. As for if he stuck his middle finger up once more, is it illegal for him to stick up his middle finger? No, I don't think it is. Like, is it a shitty asshole move? Yeah, it is an asshole move. But is it illegal? Is it enough to lock somebody up for sticking up their middle finger? Hell no, that's ridiculous. But I get why she would want to. The guy's been a complete dick. Absolutely. Or like stating her opinion to the neighbor and stuff. Probably not ideal, but it is what it is. Bert H says, I support the cop 100%. But let me ask you this, though. Would you support the cop 100% if she was in the wrong? If she was still in the wrong, would you? And that's where I have the issue. That's what I cannot stand when people are saying that they will support police no matter what, or they'll support the other side no matter what. And yeah, so Raven Darkstar says, no, she's just venting. And this is the other side of it. She's also a human being. So she has every right to be a human being and to react in a certain way. It's a really tough one. It is a really, really tough one. And there, I agree with you 100%, Canadian chick. He's disturbing the neighborhood, and that's why he should be taken in. That is absolutely right. Like, absolutely. But you get to see here where he goes away for a while, and it's almost, it felt to me the first time I saw it was almost like she was trying to draw him out again. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just listened to it wrong earlier. So there you go. It's a really tough one, and that's why I'm asking for your opinion on this one. Christina says, if the cop was wrong, I would never support them. And that's the way I feel too. I don't care if somebody's a cop or not. I really don't care. But if it's a case that they're doing something wrong, I call out what they're doing as being wrong. I don't care if they have a badge or not. It's whoever's in the right is in the right. And that's the only way it goes, really, for me. And I tend to agree with Oisin here. So Oisin says, police have the power in the situation, so they need to be above the fray. And I do tend to agree there as well. And I understand, though, at the same time, that we're all human beings. We make mistakes. We get caught up in things. She could have just come from a really bad call. And that always has to be remembered as well. These are human beings too. She could have come from a really, really, really bad call right now where she saw something horrible and then has to put up with this dickhead. Do you see what I'm saying? So, there's two sides to it, and that's why it's really, really tough to make head or tail of this. And it's not like having a go at her. It's like, what can we all learn from this?
Everybody. That's from his bathroom.
No, that's the kitchen.
Oh, he's a complete
That's his kitchen?
asshole. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's his kitchen.
Oh.
That's my aunt's house.
Sorry, let me actually, this is a really good point from Alana Hader. Says, if she had arrested him for flipping her off, I would call her out. Let me know what you think in the side chat there. It could be a case that maybe that was the final straw of him being disorderly. That could be argued. So let me know in the side chat. A 1 for, is it reasonable to arrest somebody for flipping someone off? Or 2, if it's not. And let me know as well in the side chat what you think in terms of like whether or not it's reasonable for her to say, okay, he's being disorderly. If he flips me off once more, he's coming in because he's being disorderly. It's tough. It's tough. It really, really is. So let me know. Helen says, as her colleague said, he's being childish and she's laughing when she finds out the lady doesn't know him. We would all be annoyed with him if we were a cop or not. I tend to agree as well. He's just being a cockbag. That's all he's doing. Like, he's just being a complete idiot, inserting himself into something that he doesn't belong in.
So his name is John? Listen, he just came out here screaming at me. And screaming at the repo guy.
Definitely got
Because we didn't run the VIN on the car, and he was stealing y'all's car and
very good
all kinds
point.
of stuff.
It is cumulative, I think.
Yeah,
you're right, absolutely.
I wish we would have known that he didn't live at that one. He lived at that one, because I would have taken it. I hear cussing, flicking us off. Yeah, he went crazy. You didn't hear him validate the VIN, assholes. I'm waiting for him to come back out.
Now, this is a really good point here at a perfect time here from Stefan. Says, not from that distance. He has disengaged largely at that point, so no longer a threat. And I tend to agree there as well. So he has already left the scene, and it does seem that, he is no longer a threat at this point. And maybe it would be just best to leave him go off and sleep off his drunkenness. Do you see what I'm saying? And he's not a threat at this point, really, is he? So let's see if it comes back, if it's him that brings it back, if it's her, whatever it is. Let's see. Mr. Shigura says, you should cover the rest of that Chille stream. It gets crazy even for him. Let me know which one that is. Tag me in the side chat. Let me know which one that is. If he had a gun, he's still a threat. That's a big if, though. Like, you can't just make assumptions. If that was the case, you could make that assumption about anybody on the street and then just arrest anybody on the street that you don't like the look of. You see where I'm coming with that? And I'm just trying to be reasonable here. I'm not having to go at anybody. I love to hear everybody's opinion and see. Dirty Kool-Aid says he's screaming out the window, thus engaging the police. And you're right. Like, so I agree. So that goes back to the disorderly conduct side of things. It's a real fine line. It's a real fine line. So let's see how it goes. Where did you send me that, Chronic and Oakland? See how that goes.
Are you sure? I don't know. You're just yelling from his window.
I mean, he's really disturbing some peace if I'm a betting man.
He's really mad that this car is getting repoed, y'all. He's really, really mad.
Wait, what? Whoa. Mr. Shigora says the one he just ended, he straight up says that he jerks off in the bathroom after every cop interact. What? Get the flock out of here. Are you serious? That's well creepy, man. All right, listen, we're going to have a look at this. All right, let me know on the side chat, right? Let me know on the side chat. Do we leave this one and go to Chille, you know, choking the chicken in his jacks or what? Like, let me know what you think. Just in the side chat. Are we going number one for switch to Chille, you know, feeding the geese, or do we continue with this one? I'm open to either. Diver Dan says in the US, depending on the context and jurisdiction, obscene gestures can be prosecuted under sexual harassment ordinances. New York, for example, has attorneys specializing in that. That's a strange one. That's a very strange one. Is that a case that just for flipping somebody off that you could be done for sexual harassment? That seems a bit unusual. I cannot remember. Did we say one for Chille? Yeah, Jimmy, I'm downloading that right now. That's hilarious. All right, so it's looking like most people want to switch over to the Chille one. Is it that bad? Is it that bad? All right, so it's downloading right now. It might just take a couple of minutes here, like, but it's hold on. What? Okay, this is weird. This is really weird. Okay, let's get to the good part of this video while I'm downloading this one. So he does end up getting his collar felt. And there's a re-engagement.
Remember this in the morning when you sober up.
You are threatening me with your behavior.
Go back in your house.
Good to see you, Father
Go
Bill
back
Fox.
in your house.
Get out of my house. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. Just leave.
Oh, no
Get
shit.
in your cars and go home. You already got the reason why you're here.
So you're the king of the neighborhood?
Here other than to fuck with me.
Fred, you're gonna regret this when you sober up in the morning.
If you're not here to fuck with me, then leave.
That hangover is gonna be bad, man.
Then leave. Just fucking leave.
Yeah, I think he needs to go.
It's that simple. Leave. Get in your car. Drive away. And we
You ready?
can all be happy citizens again.
All right.
You want to assault
Oh, I got you, Diver Dan.
Let's go.
Thanks,
I'm
buddy.
here. Do you want me to get on my knees? Do you want me to just...
Yeah, I do.
I think that would be a great idea.
Get on your knees.
Get on your knees.
Don't get back in that fucking house.
Yeah. Get on your knees. Put your hands behind your back.
10-4, Whiskey Mike 10-15.
We gave you lots of opportunities.
And I did.
And what did you do?
So that's a really good point here from Dave Hansen, and that's what I was getting out of this. And I should say that this wasn't specifically aimed at the female officer. This was just them in general. That it did seem like they were kind of taunting him a bit. And now I know from experience that they will do that on purpose to try to draw somebody into being arrested if they don't quite have enough to arrest somebody. And I know that sounds bad, but it is true. Like, that is the thing that's done. And it's a tough one though, guys. Like, it really, really is a tough one. So I'd love to hear your opinion on this one. It's really weird. It is really, really weird. And you know, he was being an absolute asshole. I don't blame her. Like Ebby Joe says, he purposely came back out, and that is true. He just kind of kept pushing it. It's a really tough one. I think, yes, he pushed it to the point where he got his ass locked up, right? It was his fault, like, without a fucking doubt. He should have stayed away. You're absolutely right, Christina. It was his fault, and he was acting like a complete dick. He was making tons of noise. He was being aggressive for no good reason. 100%. I don't blame them for what they did. All I'm saying is, I feel like it could have been handled a bit more professionally. It doesn't look 100% good, but I don't blame them for acting the way they did either. You know, it's one of those weird ones, and that's why I wanted to ask you guys what you thought. Robert Carley says that's how Chille needs to be dealt with. Yeah, And I'm not against that either. But look, that's a good point from Orange Cone says she needs better de-escalation training. And not just her. I think that it's kind of a tough thing. I feel like it wasn't handled well, but he was completely being an absolute asshole. Can we all agree at least that? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Was he being a complete dick? Yes. Did he bring it on himself? Yes. Could it have been handled better? Probably also yes. And that's it, really. That's kind of how I feel about it. But definitely have your say. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Daisy says he's on his property. The cops need to stop. I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from, and I tend to agree for the most part. It's, he is on his own property, grand, but he's also, well, actually, it turns out he wasn't actually on his own property for some of it, but also, if he's making that much noise and causing that much of a disturbance, at what point do you need to step in and deal with him? You know what I'm saying? It's a really difficult one. Biff Thundermuffin says, I think the cops just need to ignore him, to be honest. That's what I felt like too. Like, if they just were like, dude, please stop, get away. Now, if he pushed it too much, fine. Whatever. But like, as Warren says, he was on his property, but he was disturbing the peace as well. And that's a very good point. His voice is extending beyond his property. And if it was my neighbor, not that I have any because I live in the middle of nowhere, but if I had a neighbor making that noise, I'd be going over there dealing with that shit, whether he's on his public or not. Bert H says, you cannot arrest me on private or public property. I beg to differ. And Helen, you're right. Like, he did push people in all these kind of ways, but at the same time, I still stand by the fact that I do feel like it maybe could have been handled a bit better. But then again, we're armchair quarterback in this whole thing. We have the hindsight, we have the time. They could have been coming from a horrible call and then having to deal with this absolute arsehole. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, there's two sides to it. Lady Dragon, exactly. He's yelling and disturbing the whole neighborhood. If it was my neighbor, he'd need a good surgeon to get my boot out of his arse. Do you know what I mean? It goes both ways. That's the thing. Jerry Ann reckons she wasn't being very professional. Probably not, but we can't all be professional all the time. And as I say, cops are humans too, man. It's the way it is. WDWL-TV, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I hope you feel better soon. Hopefully you get a bit of a laugh here in a minute, because apparently Chille got a bit demented. Zenas for $5 says he's already being considered drunk in public as well as disorderly conduct. It's her discretion. If she changes her mind due to the finger, it's legal. That was exactly my point. That arrested him for giving the finger, like that being the quote unquote offense, would probably be wrong. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It could have been just that thing. You go, okay, if he does that again, then I'm doing him for whatever. So that's a really, really good point. I totally agree with that. I think you made that point way better than I could. Warren said she gave the guy a break and showed a lot of restraint. If she was wrong, she would have to answer up. The flipping off is minor, but could tip the scale against him. Exactly. I think, again, you've made my own point better than I could have. Canadian Chick says she gave him chance after chance after chance. He pushed it too far. I totally agree. He did push it too far. Lunchbox says annoying doesn't equal disorderly conduct. True. But generally disorderly conduct, it tends to be annoying to people. But I agree with you that just because somebody is annoying doesn't make it disorderly. But in his case, he was drunk, he was aggressive, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole thing. It adds up, basically. As somebody said, it's cumulative, and I tend to agree with that as well. Isabel says it's definitely a nuanced situation. I agree, and that's what made that video so interesting to me. It really, really, really did. Zenas for $5 says he can still be considered a threat. He may have a rifle. He was never searched. I take a little bit of issue with that, because if that's the case, literally anybody could be considered a threat at that point. But I understand where you're coming from. When he's being that aggressive and then he goes back to his property and then comes out aggressively, he could be up to anything. I agree. So I wouldn't blame them for having their guard up. But at the same time, it's kind of like, where do you draw the line there? That's where the danger is with that. But I do tend to agree with you, you know, that he could have been a serious threat when he went back there. Percy Texas Tomboy for $5 says, at the very start of Delete Law's live, Delete Law's clips has an accidental face reveal. Plump 16-year-old in his mom's basement. Seriously. I know. I got it right here. Let me show you guys if you haven't seen it yet. So he accidentally shows his face here. I'll show it here in a second when, oh, wait, hold on. I went too far back. Yeah, that is a well-fed young man right there. He looked pissed that his face is on the screen, but we're going to have a look at that properly in a minute. Thank you so much for that, Percy Text Tomboy. Mr. Shigora says you might want to up the playback speed when you play the Chille stream. Between insane moments, he rants endlessly. If anybody can give me some kind of timestamps, then I would really appreciate that. That would definitely speed up the whole process. I did see that Nima gave a timestamp, so we'll check that out here in a minute. KDD says, why taunt him, then have to put up with him for 2 more hours when arrested? Should have ignored him. I tend to agree, but again, you know, you could argue that it is a case that that he, you know, was potentially a danger or whatever, maybe was better off being dealt with that way. It's a really tough one. It's a really, really tough one. That's a really good point from Nightman's wife says, do we have a backstory in him? They sound like they've had a bunch of run-ins with him. You could be absolutely right there too. Legicator, good to see you, my friend. I'd love to hear your opinion on this one as well. It's a difficult one. It is a very difficult one, but there's some really, really, really good, interesting questions there. John Garvey says, was arresting him in the public interest? 2 schools of thought on that one. I'm right down the middle on it, and that's not me just being a fence sitter. Like it might seem like I'm going to get splinters in my arse from all the fence sitting I'm doing here, but I really am on the fence with that one. It's a bloody tough one. It's a bloody tough one. And then we have Mama Tried for $2 says his neighbors were not happy. Yeah, they weren't. They didn't even know who he really was. They were like, yeah, he claims to be our best friends, but we don't actually know who he is. Then we have Mr. Binklesworth in the house for $5 says some of this is to see if he's really settled down or if they go back in 15 minutes. That's actually a very good point too. It could have been like a bit of a time-saving method. So I tend to agree with you there as well. That's why it's a tough one. And Nima 19079 says, ID play timestamp 1 hour, 12 minutes of Chille's last live. I will definitely do that here in just a minute. And yeah, we'll have a look at what's going on. So give me 1 second here. And what I'm going to do, I am going to briefly change the... So it's called Delete Law's Clips, right? So for anybody joining us after the change of the title, they will see what's going on here. So we're going to have a look at this video from Chillito Mussolini, as I like to call him. And yeah, there is an accidental face reveal of Delete Law's Clips. You guys all know what that channel is. So I'm going to get it up here on the screen real quick. Here it is. Delete. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry for anybody watching this back later. I just got this video coming to the news desk. So here we go. It might just take a minute to load here because Irish internet. Yay. Okay, so this is going to be fun. All right, so let's switch over from that other topic now to this one. And we're going to see. Now, I did see that there is another timestamp there. If there is any other timestamps, then just drop them here in the side chat for me. I'd really appreciate it. And then we can kind of have a look and see what happens. So this is the accidental face reveal of Delete Law's Clips. Here we go.
What is going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on with the Playboy?
The Playboy is pissed because you just accidentally face revealed him, you dickhead. So there he is. I got to get a zoom in on my side. I won't zoom in on your side. He does look to be a younger gentleman. You know, I mean, no disrespect when I say this, but he looks exactly like I thought he would, if that makes sense. He looks exactly like what a Chille fan would look like if you're kind of picking up what I'm laying down there. So it's hard to know with somebody who looks like this. It's kind of hard to know the age, right? Like, are they Is this a 16-year-old man or boy, or is this a like a 35-year-old dude? It's really quite something. Richard Cranium says, "Lol." Richard Cranium, that's genius, dickhead. I love it. Says, where's it gone? Delete Lawz, doxed yet another person, totally by accident. Anne's opinion says he has a mustache. I had a mustache and beard when I was 15. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past somebody to have that. Prissy Texas Soundboy says, but that's defo basement. Notice the pipes. Absolutely. Let me see here now. Laney reckons he's about 18. Could well be. Oh, that's hilarious. Mr. Shigora bought torturecuffs.com just to piss off Chille. That is top tier pettiness. Can I get some petty shamrocks in the side chat, please? That would be absolutely awesome. And then we have Lisa Cole. Good to see you. Lisa says, hi, ID. Love your channel. Saying hello from Memphis, Tennessee. That is awesome. Great to see you. Tenkai for $2 says, mate, that's an insult to people who look like that. It is, to be fair. It is, to be fair. He kind of looks like a Mario Kart character, but I can't put my finger on which one it is. Oh, yeah. Petty shamrocks in the side chat. They make me feel all warm and fuzzy. So much so that I'm actually going to have a little bit of whiskey slancha. It's about to get lit. All right, let's have a look at this genius. This kid gets so pissed.
I think we are live. What is going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on with
yeah, you can see he's pretty upset there.
the Playboy? There you go. There you go. All right. Are we live? What's going on? Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. So a couple of things I'm going to be covering today. So, you know, first,
interesting. Dearman Costello says that face does not line up with the one Welsh News Network showed. Interesting. Dearman, would you be able to send me some information on that on the messaging system that we use, if you could kindly? It'd be very interesting to find out what that's all about. And hopefully Welsh might be able to give us a bit of information on that one as well. Christina reckons he did it on purpose. So are you saying that he exposed him on purpose, or what's the plan there? Carriot says Waterford Whispers News I was talking about. Welsh News Network didn't show his face, just gave info on him. Okay, that makes sense. And then Chronic and Oakland says very calculated by Chille. Why would that be though? Why would that be? That's what I don't understand. Mark, the sarcastic law student, says he's right. The one on Welsh News Network was an old guy. See, I haven't been up to date with this because I've been very, very busy. Been very busy indeed. And I just haven't had a chance to keep on top of all these things. That is literally the only reason. I want to say a massive thank you to Kimberly for the very, very lovely PayPal super duper chat. Says a little something to help keep that gorgeous, sexy Irish beard looking. Why isn't it showing? It's not showing up. The rest of the comment isn't showing up. Dang it. Thank you so much, though. I really do appreciate that. Mr. Shigor says, I don't think this was calculated. This is the second face reveal. Chille did this to him before. I did not know that. And let me see here now. He's jealous of Chille Clips' popularity. Could be. Chille was mad about Clips' mess up yesterday on website for public defender. Interesting. He did look a bit satisfied, didn't he? He really does. Actually, that's a really good point too. Dirty Kool-Aid says to prove that Chille isn't Delete Lawz Clips. That's a really, really good point. That is a really, really good point. Let's see here now. I want to actually have another look at that.
I think we are live. What is going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on with the Playboy?
Oh, he did kind of look a bit happy with himself, didn't he? It was kind of like, SpaghettiOs. I told you this would happen. I told you. So Mel reckons Welsh already exposed him, Colin Campbell. I'd be interested to see that because I haven't had a chance to actually read into any of this, to be quite honest. Chillito No Balls for $2 says you can find them on Basement Dwellers Are Us. Right next to Chille. Let me see here now. Do you think he pays Clips? I actually don't know. Stephen Kane says Chille is pettier than a petty super chat and always does shit like that. I don't know, man. There's not a whole lot in the world that's pettier than a petty super chat. Just think of it this way. It bothers. Why isn't that working? This little man so much that people like me get super chats while mocking his ass so much. And then you guys know that, and the ones that literally tell him straight to his face that this is petty just to piss you off, that's top tier petty. That's as petty as you can get, to be quite honest with you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love pettiness. Solar Summer says, and throwing his hands up instead of down to hit a button. They were right. It was to prove it's something else. Okay, that's a really good point. Let's have a look at that. It was kind of like, uh-oh. All right, let's have a look. See what that.
I think we are live. What is going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on with the Playboy? There you.
He does look. He's got that kind of smug look. Interesting. Let me know what you think in the side chat. All right, I'm gonna actually. You know what? This is important. So I'm gonna put a poll in the side chat. I'm just gonna put on purpose ? Let me know what you think in the side chat. Do you think he did it intentionally? Because his face, it kind of looks like he did. I don't know.
I think we are live. What is going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on with the Playboy? There you go.
Yeah, it was that kind of like, there you go, you little shit. Am I right? He's got that kind of, that's what you get, fucker. Am I right or wrong there? I say, am I right or wrong? Or all you lovely people that said it to me in the first place, right or wrong? I don't know, man. Let's have a look again.
I think we are live. What is going on? What's going on? Oh,
like he did it, and then he went like, oh, but you can see him looking at the screen, waiting for it to come back up. There, okay, yeah, I'm convinced he did that on purpose. All right,
I think we are live. What is going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on with the Playboy? There you go.
That's that face, man. That's that face he does when he tries to like get at somebody. He's like, oh, whoops. Uh-oh, Chille's bad. Uh-oh, what did Chille do? We know what you did, motherfucker. Anyway, moving on.
There you go. All right. Are we live? What's going on? Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. So a couple of things I'm going to be covering today. So, first and foremost, I want to say hello to my friends and my family. Hello, friends and family. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this live broadcast. Let me just fix this bad chicken a little bit. Let me turn that bad chicken. Is that a little better? Ooh, is that brighter? Oh, what's up, Playboy? I can see you. Can you see me? Is that too bright? I hope it's okay. I hope it's okay. I could turn it down.
What's with the singing and shit? Anyway, so somebody told me to go to, I think it's, okay, it was Mr. Shigora said to go to 3328. Apparently that's when he starts talking about doing dirty things to himself. Oh. Right, where is it? Okay, we're nearly there. So, okay, let's have a listen.
Disgusting ruiner of this country. The worst thing in America is cops. So I love getting you guys fired. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I love it. I love to go in the bathroom and jerk off after it's done. I'm like, oh God, that was great.
The images. No, Mr. Shigora. Why? Okay, that's it. I need to wash out my brain. Going to vom. Oh, boo. The thought of Chille pumping away in his little chilito. Oh, I need a second. Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit because I want to hear some more of this phone call. Gross, man.
So I deeply care about freedom. I deeply care about my liberty. I care about yours.
No, you don't.
So I called that filthy pig and I explained to him, let me show you another picture of this guy. And I explained to this filthy pig that you will leave them alone. That's what I explained to him. I said, you're going to leave that couple alone. We're going to be moving on from you and you're going to leave them alone. That's what I told him. And I'm going to let you hear that right now. Let me close these other ones first so you guys can see the picture I'm looking at. There it is. Do you guys see that now? How does that work? Oh, it just shuts it. So here's what this piggy looks like. This is what he looks like. He just became a pig in 2022. And if you take a look, he's posing in a picture with a canine cop. With a canine cop. Can you even believe that? Can you even believe it? Look at that. That's him here.
He's posing with his colleague. Oh, can you believe it? Yes, obviously. Anyway, Frank Perry for $2 says Daniel Pratt's kid next to the pipes from the heater. Poor Daniel Pratt. Whatever happened to him? Tenkai for $2 says he knows he can't bully Kate, so he turns on his own. That's I mean, that's inevitable. And then we got Chille, no ball. Lads, you guys are on fire tonight, man. For $5 says it's the what's going on with the Playboy that proves to me that he was wanting to show him. I mean, you might be onto something there. We'll have another look at it before we get out of here tonight. There's a lot of weirdness in it. Well, I mean, it's Chille, so there's obviously going to be a lot of weirdness in this. I'm just going to grab some of these milestones. Just a dude has been a member for 3 months. Says play stupid games, win stupid prizes. He's a winner. I'm on your side on that one. Kimmy Dawn sends a load of defamation shamrocks. Thank you so much indeed. Cheshire Cat says talk about an angry drunk. He's pretty bad. And Mark the Sarcastic Law Student says, shout out and get well soon. Witch of Heart, I hope you feel better soon. Twins Grandma says, hey, put wings on a BMW. That there is a fighter jet. And Robert Carty says, can you fly a plane? That helps. As it happens, I kind of can. Shih Tzu Mom has been a member for 2 months. Says, hello, Irish Demon, you handsome devil. Why, hello, Shih Tzu Mom. Thank you very much indeed. All right, let's get back on with this one.
Posing with the canine cop, which is the most evil. See this guy right here? He's sadistic. This guy right here, he wants to watch. In my humble opinion, I believe that canine cops are evil. He wants to watch this dog attack somebody. That's what they do. Okay, so there's the cop right there. There's that copper. And so I just called the copper. I called that copper up.
Greywind says, but can you fly a plane without crashing? Likely not. That's why I always sit at the back of an airplane whenever I go on a flight. You ever hear of a plane reversing into a mountain? The more you know. Moving on.
And I let him know. I'm not letting you guys hear the victim's phone call because I have not redacted all the information out of there. I may have to pause this to make sure you guys don't hear any of these people's personal information. But I have it pretty well. So now let me let you hear the call that I made to this copper. And
Devin E says, just subscribe, love your channel, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. It's my absolute pleasure to have you here. It really is. Can I just ask you guys a quick question? First and foremost, I'm going to end the poll right now. 250-ish votes, and you guys reckon he definitely did it on purpose. I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose. But aside from that, interesting contrast from the last video. Where's the Southern accent gone? Now that he's not talking about Alabama, he's not like, well, I goddamn done called that copper. Where's that accent gone? That's kind of strange to me. Good to see you, Archangel. Hope you're doing really well out there. All right, let's have a listen on.
Explain to him that he needs to leave people alone.
Okay, right. So how do you say your last name again? You said your name's Detective what?
Diziak.
Molders.
Diziak.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I got some information today that you were looking for Mark.
Yes, sir.
And I just wanted to give you a call because does Mark have a sister?
I believe he may.
He may, right? So Laura, and then I think Laura has a fiance or a husband or something like that.
It's her husband.
And so have you reached out to those folks?
This guy's looking for a drug addict or a recovering drug addict or an alcoholic or a recovering alcoholic who apparently joy rode in a car. That's what this first-year copper in Massachusetts, Liziak, that's what he's looking for. And he's called this couple several times, and they don't want any interaction with cops. And I'll show you the reason why in a second.
Generally, I don't discuss, the ongoings of my investigation. Is there a reason why you're asking that?
Well, yeah, because, I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of like an investigator. All my calls are recorded. Everything I do is on video. Like I never slip any anything behind someone. Everything's transparent with what I do. And typically what I do is I get involved as an advocate for people when they're dealing with police and they don't want to be harassed by the police. So this morning I got an email from that couple, Laura and her fiance or husband, and they said that you were harassing their family. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this courtesy phone call to you and then let you know that if it doesn't stop, what I'll do is I'll come up there and I'll film you everywhere you go. And I've done
okay.
So I'm asking you politely.
I showed you guys earlier that the press previously in the past 8 decades, since there's been a video and a camera, in the past 8 decades, the press has not warned public officials or public servants that they're coming to film them. Let me calm down. Previously,
don't want to get that knee pressure up, bud. Calm down. Calm down, Chille. Woosa. Repeat after me. Everybody in the side chat. Best way you can spell it. Woosa. Drink some whiskey. Sláinte.
The press did not warn filthy pigs that they were coming to expose them. And now I gave you a warning that my camera will expose you. You're a person of interest. I was contacted by a third party to film you. I have every right to do it in any state in America and Puerto Rico.
Please leave that couple alone. And the aunt who called the cops on the nephew, they don't want to interact with you anymore. And so, I'm just trying to be polite because, while it's definitely a war against us, we're against you and you're against us. You're our enemy. So we know that, but we don't have to necessarily be horrifically horrible to one another in the correspondence. So if this can just de-escalate, it's definitely a.
Did you guys hear what I said to this guy? Listen to what I said to him. I know right now Brooklyn Audits wants a little recognition. I recognize you, Brooklyn Audits. Everybody go check out his page and check out his audits because we need to support people who stand up for our rights. But I want you to hear what I say to this filthy pig. Listen to what I say to him. Listen carefully to the words.
Her fiance or husband, and they said that you were harassing their family. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this courtesy phone call to you.
Courtesy.
And then let you know that if it doesn't stop, what I'll do is I'll come up there and I'll film you everywhere you go.
I'll film you.
And I've done
okay.
Yeah, Chille, we just heard you say that. We don't need you to repeat it. We don't need you to repeat what you just said, you dick. Sorry, I'm not even mad about it, bro. Whoops. Hold on.
That you were harassing their family. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this courtesy phone call to you.
Courtesy.
And then let you know that
it's a courtesy.
If it doesn't stop, what I'll do is I'll come up there and I'll film you everywhere you go.
I'll film you.
And I've done
okay.
So I'm asking you politely, please leave that couple alone. And the aunt who called the cops on the nephew,
good to see you, Storm
they don't want to interact with you anymore. And so, I'm just trying to be polite because, while it's definitely a war against us, we're against you and you're against us. You're our enemy. So we know that, but we don't have to necessarily be horrifically horrible to one another in the correspondence.
What's up with all the chroma key?
If this can just be.
We're in a war. You're against us and we're against you. You filthy pigs, we are against you. And so we're going to start filming you. I want everybody in this town in Massachusetts to start filming this filthy pig. He's dirty.
Escalate. Well, and you can leave.
It's his first year, so he might be a little cleaner than the rest. Give him the second or third year. He'll be filthy as the rest.
Family are against us. We're against you and you're against us. You're our enemy. So we know that, but we don't have to necessarily be horrifically horrible to one another in the correspondence. So if this can just de-escalate and you can leave the family alone, then I won't send people there to follow you around and film you. Because as a journalist, it's our right to film you. And since someone's called me that I don't know, a third party, and I'm a journalist, that gives me a right because you're now a person of interest in a story, which means I can literally follow you around. I lost. And
you sure can.
Listen. We're so happy to know that you agree with yourself, Chille. Great job, bud. Great job. He's like, yeah, this fucking guy speaks the truth. That fucking guy's yourself, dickhead.
You sure can, and just as I can investigate a crime, right? So I can follow up and leave.
So, the family, what I'll do next, I'll file a lawsuit against you.
You can try doing that.
Always work. How'd your lawsuit against me go, Chille? Sorry you lost.
Oh, no, harassment.
Oh, no, I won't try, Copper. I'll literally help them through Chat GPT, and then they'll ghostwrite it themselves and will file against you, and your name will pop up first on justia.org that you have been sued in a federal civil rights lawsuit.
And you're going to fucking lose it anyway. You've never won a lawsuit. Like, it's like if you become a professional football player, but you've never won a fucking game. It's like, oh, you're professional, but oh yeah, how many games have you won, bro? Oh, none. Oh, okay. Good job.
F you, pig.
It's just me, or is Chille getting balder, by the way? I'm just throwing that out there. Do the honorable thing. If I, God forbid, was going bald, I would just shave the whole fucking lot off. Simple as that. Don't be trying to comb it forward and then up. You're fooling nobody. Your light is doing nothing for you. Like, I have trouble with my hair too, because look how much of it is there. It's a pain in the ass is what it is. Like, I have to constantly adjust it. It takes so much product because it's so black and full and lovely. Sorry, Chille. That was super mean. But fuck it.
I got criminal investigation stuff.
I'm just letting you know, I will sue your ass if you don't leave that couple alone. They don't want to talk to you anymore. She doesn't have anything to do with her brother. Her brother's on drugs. He's got his own problems. She's living her own life. She doesn't need a poison pill like you in her life. So this is your warning from me. And you can look me up. My channel's called Delete Lawz. I got hundreds of thousands of people that follow me. And all I got to do is make a phone call. And I got journalists right there in Massachusetts who will follow you today. And eventually, you know what happens? When the camera follows you enough, you dirty pigs get caught breaking the law. That's what happens. And then I get you guys fired. I get caught fired all the time.
No, you fucking don't.
We're cameras on ourselves, so we're not too worried about it.
Here's your warning, piggy. Back to
you don't get anybody fired. Show me one person you've gotten fired.
Draft a couple, you're going to see me in person, bro. And I'll be right there.
Okay.
Yeah. You got your gun and you got your taser. I just got the camera, bro. And I'll expose you. So leave the couple alone. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with you anymore. And by the way, I now gave them explicit instructions that every time they interact with a piggy, to pull their camera out and film that filthy pig. Just like I record every phone call, I always record pigs. Always.
Insane Angel for $2 says, Chille whacking. Nope, I'll remain celibate. I hope you all understand that by me bringing you this story live, I now will never be able to engage in any kind of activities ever again, because I will have that thought in my head. There is not enough whiskey in the world to resolve that issue. So you're welcome. I'll be right back.
Always, because you guys are the disgusting ruiner of this country. The worst thing in America is cops. So I love getting you guys fired. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I really go to the bathroom and jerk off after it's done. I'm like, oh God, that was great. Fucking pig.
Yeah. You get a lot of people fired?
Yeah.
I was gonna redact that. Sorry about that. But since it's not redacted.
So I love getting you guys fired. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I really go to the bathroom and jerk off after it's done. I'm like, oh God, that was great. Fucking pig.
Yeah. You get a lot of people fired?
Yeah. So far, no, 3 pigs. Look them up. You got Bradley Spoljarek in Ironton, Ohio. He was the sheriff's department over there. He resigned after I exposed that he raped high school girls. And then his brother, Bradley Spoljarek, after I put the pressure on him, he got caught dealing drugs. And then the chief of police, Cam Wagner, DeCastro versus Wagner. You can look that up on justia.org. That's the chief of police. I sued. She retired 2 days ago, early retirement, and I'm not done suing her yet. Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking, because like I literally hate you guys. You guys are the scum of the earth, and I love going after you. So if you don't want to play games, I love playing games. It's my favorite.
How come you don't like police?
Well, because you guys are scum. You put.
I just gotta go
instructions that every time they interact with a piggy, to pull their camera out and film that filthy pig. Just like I record every phone call, I always record pigs. Always. Because you guys are the disgusting ruiner of this country. The worst thing in America is cops. So I love getting you guys fired. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I really go to the bathroom and jerk off after it's done. I'm like, oh God, that was great. Fucking pig.
Yeah.
Why, Chille? Why? There aren't a whole lot of pleasures in life, but whatever was potentially left has just been ruined by that image. I am not surprised that that is exactly what you do. I am not surprised that you get off on this, like literally get off, that you're in there giving it one of those. Oh, that is so gross. Oh, Chille, why? Why do you have to be so disgusting? There is now 700 people with the image of you flipping your tiny little bean out and giving it the gooden after getting cops fired. Bollocks, you've never gotten anybody fired in your goddamn life except maybe yourself. You absolute twat.
You get a drafty couple, you're going to see me in person, bro.
So fucking
and I'll be right there. Yeah. You got your gun and you got your taser. I just got the camera, bro. And I'll expose you. So leave the couple alone. Leave them alone. Yeah. They don't deal with you anymore. And by the way, I now gave them explicit instructions that every time they interact with a piggy, to pull their camera out and film that filthy pig. Just like I record every phone call, I always record pigs. Always. Because you guys are the disgusting ruiner of this country. The worst thing in America is cops. So I love getting you guys fired. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I really go to the bathroom and jerk off after it's done. I'm like, oh God, that was great.
Fucking hell.
You get a lot of people fired?
Yeah.
I was gonna redact that. Sorry about that. But since it's not redacted,
so
I wish I could redact that from my brain. It's literally the last thing I ever want to picture is him spanking his little Chillito. Oh, fuck, that's gross. Dave for $5 says, please make sure this Chille video gets forwarded to the local cops. Chille's out of control. He really is. He's pushing real hard for those petty super chats of his own that he's never going to get. Jatari Haim says, I think Irish Demon went to try to bleach his brain to remove all traces of that vileness. There was not enough bleach or whiskey in the whole world to do that. And Mel Ronderos for $5 says that smug face listening to himself win fantasy arguments either in his monologues to women judges, voicemails, or this bullshit. It's quite something, isn't it? This I mean, psychology students could have a great time with this.
I love getting you guys fired. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it.
It's a good point.
I love it. I really go to the bathroom and jerk off after it's done. I'm like, oh God, that was great. Fucking pig.
Yeah. You get a lot of people fired?
Yeah. So far, no. 3 pigs. Look them up. You got Bradley Spoljarek in Ironton, Ohio. He was the sheriff's department over.
You didn't get him fired, you piece of shit.
There, he resigned after I exposed that he raped high school girls.
No, that's bullshit. You didn't get him fired. He was fired for other shit.
And then his brother, Bradley Spoljarek, after I put the pressure on him, he got caught dealing drugs. And then the chief of police, Cam Wagner, Castro versus Wagner. You can look that up on Shigura.org. That's the chief of police. I sued. She retired 2 days ago, early retirement, and I'm not done suing her yet.
So she wasn't fired then. She retired. Okay. So that's 2 for 2 that you didn't do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not joking because like I literally hate you guys. You guys are the scum of the earth, and I love going after you. So if you don't want to play games, I love playing games. It's my favorite.
How come I don't like police?
Well, because you guys are scum. You put.
What makes you say that?
Oh, because you'll lie, cheat, or steal to try to rip people off. You'll try to get a conviction on someone by planting evidence. You'll do anything you can to get your bonuses and accolades. And all cop shops are rewarded for getting drug arrests. They get more money from the 1994 crime bill. So
you think everybody would do that?
Drug arrest.
You think all cops are bad? Every single one?
Oh yeah. Everyone. Because you joined an evil ship. And like I'm calling you right now and telling you to leave this couple alone. I'll bet you don't. I'll bet you continue to try to chase around a drug addict over a stolen car or some nonsense. And meanwhile, though, there's 2 good people who have nothing to do with doing drugs, nothing to do with stealing cars. And they don't want to deal with you. They don't like you. But you'll continue to harass.
I love how he just keeps agreeing with his own bullshit. It's like, yeah, this guy's right. This guy's right. Yeah.
And that's the problem with cops. You think you got to get your man so bad when really you're not solving anything. The problem is the drugs. The guy's addicted to drugs. But you don't see that.
I agree.
You see your stats and your arrests and what you get, and you only joined to be the cop.
Jose, if Jose is your real name, Jose, how do you know?
My name is Jose Maria de Castro.
Okay, Baldy. That's what he just said. You dick.
My name is Jose De Castro. The name of my channel is Delete Lawz. You're more. I never identify myself. I love to tell people who I am because it's me coming.
No, that's great. That's great, Jose. Yeah. I'm just curious. You're coming off quite aggressive with me. I'm just trying to.
Yes, I don't like it. I think you're a scumbag. But go ahead.
Right. That's fair. That's fine.
Yeah, you are.
You know me. You can make money.
No, you're a scumbag. You've arrested people wrongly. You've lied on reports. You've lied. Have you? Let me ask you this: have you ever lied on a report from another cop? Liar. You're a fraud already. You're a liar. You want to know how I know that? So do you know the basis of law is called John Locke's natural law? But people don't really know what John Locke's teachings were. They don't really understand it. They understand natural law, life, liberty, property.
No.
The actual teachings of law are knowledge, and you don't know any knowledge. So I'm just sharing with you, man. You know, are you gonna hang up now? You can't take the conversation. Are you gone? Did you hang up?
So the basis of all cerebral activity is knowledge. John Locke clearly defines what knowledge is in his book, Essays in Understanding Humanity. And in Essays in Understanding Humanity, John Locke painstakingly...
Anyway, whatever, dude. So I just saw the other timestamp. 1 hour and 7 minutes. Apparently that gets pretty lit too. So let's have a look here.
Businesses and stuff like that, and then terrorize the people. But I'm trying to get a hold of that chief of police because I'm a journalist, and
no, you're not.
Lots and lots of people watch my channel.
No, they don't.
And,
absolutely. Let me get you up there. Hold on one second.
Appreciate that.
John Locke said that Chille's a window licker.
We don't stop, brother.
Sorry. Darcy Poe is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Darcy, I think you'll probably get this message on Monday morning. So first and foremost, I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day today, Darcy. You know, I'm actually calling for that chief of the Norman Police Department. And since there's 300 people listening to me talk right now, I can't really give you my phone number out loud here, even though you can pretty much find it on the internet. But I'm a journalist. I got over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel.
Okay, so just real quick, having over 1,000 videos on your YouTube channel means jack shit. You could have 1,000 videos on your YouTube channel that nobody's watched. I had one video on my channel last week that had 200,000 views, which is fucking amazing. If there's anybody watching now who is here because of that video, do let me know in the side chat because I have got an epic update on that for you. Can I just give a huge, amazing thank you to Karen Lane, who sent 130 Aussie dollars converted from US. I think it's 100 US dollars super chat. That is amazing. Thank you so much. We are well on our way to the Irish Demon F-22 fighter jet. For what reason we're going to have that, I do not know yet, but we'll find something to do with it. Thank you so much for that, Karen Lane. I really do appreciate that. That's incredibly kind of you. I really appreciate it. And while we're on that subject, Miss Mandy in the house for $2 says Chille is seconds from cracking. You're 100. It's coming. It is coming. There's going to be a day where he's going to pop the fuck off. There's no question. Ruben Martinez for $1.99 says, going to invite him on my podcast ID. Can I contact you? Absolutely. Hit me up, irishdemonvids@gmail.com. It'd be my pleasure. And Lee for $10 says, Chille mentioned in a video in Colombia about his dad being in a gang or Colombian cartel. Can't remember which. Do you think that's one reason why he hates cops so much? I always wonder what led him to hate cops so much, and I would actually love to hear what people think in the side chat, because there's a whole lot of reasons. Ladies Usual says Chille hates cops because he can't be one. That could be it. Absolutely. Zaina says paint for $2, paint a demon on it and fly it over Chille's house. Oh, that would just make him shit, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? That would be so worth the $1 billion that we're going to need to literally just fly over his house upside down, mind you, just be like, woohoo, look what we got, fucker. Anyway, moving on.
And what I do specifically is I hold police accountable.
dealings. That's
and we hold police accountable very, very specifically by sending people, journalists, press there to record those coppers. And so right now they are persecuting and prosecuting and targeting a man named Jason Dollarhide. And I just want to get a hold of that chief. I want to let him know we're coming to film you. We're going to film you and we're going to expose that your cops are dirty. That's what we're going to do. And you know what? I love doing this. This is my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite because for years and years, cops harassed people and there was no way to stop it. And now with the camera, that's all changed. Everything's changed, Darcy. Everything's changed. Now I realize you're not the tyrant thug pig that does this to people, but you're there. So you're answering the call and I don't want to ruin your day. Maybe you could just forward this to that dirty, disgusting chief. Maybe you could do that. Maybe you could do that. Let the chief hear this. Chief, my name is Jose DeCastro. My channel is called Delete Lawz. I'm making a shout out right now to every single person in Norman, Oklahoma to always film those filthy, dirty pigs. Always.
Whatever, Chille. Real quick in the side chat, you'll see a link for my brand new Irish Demon merch. I want to know what you think about it. I think it is pretty fucking epic, actually. I really, really, really like it. So I'm after ordering one for myself, and hopefully I'll have it here in the next few days. So if you guys want to grab one of those, you can grab it at the link right in there. If you go into the store until basically the end of this stream, there is a special edition mug and a special edition cup in there. Sorry, special edition mug and a special edition pint glass in the merch store as well for the 30,000 subscribers. We're just about to cross over 31,000 subscribers any minute now. So as soon as we get over 31,000 subscribers, we'll be getting rid of those. So pretty much the next couple of days, your last chance to get it. That's about it. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards back to this absolute horror show.
Start filming those filthy, dirty pigs.
Thanks
in Norman,
again,
Oklahoma.
Karen Lane. I really do appreciate it.
It
means an awful lot.
It's a fact. So everybody in Norman, Oklahoma, if you have a friend in Norman, Oklahoma, please share this video with them. And I want to let the chief of police know, we are going to film your Norman piggies until we catch them. We already caught you. Jason Dollarhide filmed you completely violating his rights. He's got a federal civil rights lawsuit against y'all. But now we're going to turn up the public pressure through the press. And don't worry, Chief Piggy. No one's coming for you with rifles or guns. No one's coming with a net. We're only coming with cameras, Chief. We're coming with cameras, Chief. We're coming with cameras, Chief. We're going to expose your dirty piggies.
Wow, man. That's all. Proper crazy.
That's all, folks. Okay.
Lads, he's about to fucking spin. What's the betting that this guy's going to end up on the news? Like, it's an inevitability at this point.
All right, Chiefy. Love you, buddy. Actually, I don't.
Meth down.
I think you're a scumbag.
Meth and down. I hope let's get it in the side chat.
Me or someone I send there as a member.
700 of you right now. If I don't see 700 meth downs in that side chat, I'll be pissed.
Of the press to film you. I hope that we catch you guys breaking the law and that you lose your job. And I hope, moreover, that you get charged with crimes. And I hope that you go to the same dungeon you take people to. That's what I really hope, Chief. Okay. Anyway, Darcy, I don't want to ruin your day. Love you. Hope you're okay.
Yes, honey. You fucking do.
I'd get the hell away from those pigs.
That's a lot of meth.
Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
I like what I'm seeing.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4.
Hey, Darcy, I think you'll probably get this message on Monday morning. So first and foremost, I hope that you have it.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play your message has been sent.
There it is.
I love it.
Now, if you guys were here earlier, you saw me run this video that shows you that all people do and what's been going on for decades and decades and decades is a type of journalism.
Well, can I do, okay, so give me 30 seconds. My 1 o'clock is here. 30 seconds. Just tell me why you, just please, sir. Can I just ask you why you support it?
Oh, Mukbang Bukaki. Really? You're bringing that old shit up again?
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding.
Want to explain? Set the record straight?
I don't, but I appreciate your offering.
Oh, man.
You have nothing to say at all, sir?
Meth up.
May very well.
Hey, you got 2 in a row. That's
Is there anything
cool.
you want to say to the governor?
Well, the governor,
she didn't just call him up and request an interview. She caught him in the lobby of a hotel, folks. She didn't just say, I'm going to come interview you like I.
Anyway, is that the end of all this genius shite going on over here. I think it probably is.
The exercise of absolute power, especially in let's get Jason Dollarhide and do a
especially, not especially
fundraiser for him. So despotism. There it is. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Let me get my mug off the screen here. So there it is. Despotism. The exercise of absolute power, especially in a cruel and oppressive way, the king's arbitrary despotism. So let's look up despotistic. There's despotism. There's that.
So is despotistic not a word?
Despotism. What's an example? Reference ruled by a dictator. So the police are our dictators and the politicians run the dictators. They are the dictators. I don't know if despotistic is a word.
Evidently. Desperation, more like it. Absolutely.
Despotistic.
It's despotic, you dumb shit. Despotistic. Despotic. You're the one talking about it. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Ah, Jesus.
Despotistic mean?
It doesn't mean shit because it's not a word. It's despotic. Fucking hell.
So despotism ruled by a figure. Despotistic is a way to describe something of nature. Before the French.
That's depotistic. Oh my God, you dumb shit.
French Revolution, he ran a despotistic government. What's up, Playboy? What is up with the Playboy? It is a word.
That's not, no, it's not in the way that you're using it. Despotic is the word you're looking for. In the way that you're using it. Despotistic will be the form of government, which is different. This fucking guy, I swear to God.
It is a word. It is a word. It is a word. Oh, and then that's the last thing, and then I really am going to go. Okay, listen, a few of you guys, thank you for registering for the website. You guys definitely want to be registered for the website by Wednesday or Thursday because I'm sending something out through email to everybody. So if you guys are not, if you haven't downloaded the free periodicals, I offer free literature, the police commissions, the racist origins of gun control.
Gives a shit. Whoa. Anyway, lads and lassies, what an evening it's been. Some weird shit going on. Yeah, me too, Jillian. Hey, look, I got this last swiggy of whiskey and coke here that I'm going to finish just before I get out of here. Lads, what is going on, man? Like, what's up with the Playboys? Mr. Binglesworth for $2 says, Chille doesn't hate cops. It's part of the grift. Of course it is. He'll hate whoever he needs to hate for the money. William Graber for $2 says, petty is as petty does. And petty is sexy. And I love it. I love it. Then we have Chris Guitars for $5 says, it costs Chille $3 every time he sends himself a $10 super chat. How long can he keep it up? See, he doesn't get real super chats, and that's kind of fucking sad. It really, really is. And then we have, yeah, but John Locke, right? Oh, man. Peggy Stents Casey, great to see you, Peg. For $5 says, I hope we aren't somehow helping this guy by talking about him and showing his vids. What I would say there is it seems like whenever anybody looks up anything to do with, hold on a second, anything to do with Chille, if they look up his name, they get us. Is what they get because we're the ones that are actually being watched. But I definitely get what you're saying. Nima 19079 says the best part is 112.54. Okay, let me get this up and I'll see what that is. Okay.
Love you, brother. I am not Eric Brandt. And speaking of Eric Brandt, the reason why Eric Brandt went to prison is because he threatened a federal judge. I'm not threatening Allison Burroughs. I don't have to threaten Allison Burroughs in Massachusetts. Allison Burroughs, my enemies are making videos crying injustice for what you're doing, Allison Burroughs. My enemies, people who hate me, are making videos saying, I can't believe Judge Burroughs, who's a federal judge in Massachusetts, is ignoring Supreme Court case law. That's what's happening. So I'm not Eric Brandt. I'm not threatening Judge Burroughs. Judge Burroughs, you are a cop sucker. You have received dozens and dozens of awards from cop shops all around this country. You cannot soon, you will be off of my case soon, especially because of your last shenanigans, Mrs. Burroughs.
Especially, guys, you heard it here
You can
first.
cop suck all you want when you get to the back room, honey. But out front in public, when you ignore a Supreme Court case, honey, my enemies are making videos about you, Burroughs, saying that you are unjust and that you are not fit for your job. I don't have to say it. Go cop suck, lady. Go cop suck. Go get another award from the Boston cops. Go get another award from a cop shop. So obviously she's cheating me. My enemies are making videos saying Judge Burroughs is cheating me. People who are saying, I hate Chille,
right?
But Judge Burroughs is cheating him. It's real. So if the disgusting government of America wants to come and arrest me for using the press to hold officials accountable, well, then I think you're going to have some problems with lots of people in this country because I have not broken a law. And I continue to not break the law. And I'll tell you what, y'all push too hard. You're going to find out that when the populace of this country turns on you, hell hath no fury.
Like a woman scorned.
I'm just telling you.
Hell hath
That's
no
all I'm saying.
fury.
Anyway.
Hell hath no fury like a Chille scorned. It's kind of like if a little chihuahua gets angry. It's like, I've been there. I got two of them. It's like, it's adorable. It is adorable when you get angry, Chille, but nobody actually cares. And it's not going to have any effect on anything. So just the sooner you realize that, the better. Anyway, folks, with that, I am going to get out of here, and I am going to do so by using my intro as an outro, but not before I read this from Bridge the Divide. Jail Warren, the most religious man on the internet, for $5 says despotistic. I think the word you're looking for is despotism, or just, oh Jesus Christ, Chille, he just never stops. I think he's just looking for the word despotic. Oh, fuck. Anyway, thank you so much, Father Jail Warren. Great to see you. Anyway, folks, thank you so much indeed. And I'll catch you later. I'm going to use the intro as the outro just because I know you guys like it so much, not because I accidentally didn't load the outro again. Yeah, the word is pathetic. And with that, a big, massive sláinte as soon as I figure out how to add the intro. Something like that. Bye-bye. Hold up. Michelle Grant, thank you so much for $2. Says, sorry, Mr. Stream. Have a great night. And you too, my friend. I hope you have a fantastic evening. And yeah, we'll catch y'all later, folks. Sláinte.